Prada L'Homme Intense. This perfume is a iris, amber, leather, patchouli, and tonka bean fragrance. 5 ingredients for a great linear yet masculine and fresh perfume. Let's get into it. As I noted before, this has amber and tonka bean in it. What I really like about this fragrance is the dual play the tonka bean has on the amber to bring out the ambiguous notes, which are more musky and bitter, but also bring out the sweetness of the amber in its honey-like form, which is a little bit sweeter, and it goes well with the vanilla aspect of tonka bean. So tonka bean, its light spiciness has roughed up the leather as well, which is a black leather scent, a very smooth black leather scent, maybe that of like a black leather jacket, or very nice shoes. And this has, the tonka bean has added a slightly rough effect to the leather. So this still retains a lot of class because this has iris in its fragrance, which is very similar to the Dior Homme. Let me try not drop this. Dior Homme Intense, which, as you can see, this is a great fragrance and I have used a lot of it. I had this very long ago, and I bought this for its fresh iris note, which is also present in the Prada L'Homme Intense. So I love the iris, the powdery iris, which is great for a suit and tie, you know, if you want to be presentable, but also have a masculine edge with this leather note. I think the leather makes it more wearable in the more casual situations. If you wore this with just a black t-shirt and a black leather jacket, you would exude a lot of class from being minimalist, yet showing a lot by your other style characteristics, by how you smell, how your perfume mixes with a black leather jacket, because it's a black leather jacket scent, but the iris adds a very soft touch, which would make it great for date fragrances, makes it alluring. I would say that it brings a unique sweet freshness that is almost floral, yet it stays closer to pure iris. Iris, I know it's a flower, but floral, I mean, like, it's not like jasmine floral. It's anchored down by the leather and the slightly bitter note of the ambiguous. So as I mentioned, it also has patchouli in it as one of its 5 ingredients. The effect of this patchouli is actually quite notable. Other perfumes like to silence the note of patchouli with oak moss and other woody characters, but the sweetness of the patchouli still comes out, which is great. I love that about this fragrance. I got this for £70 at allbeauty.com, I believe, and this was a 150 ml decant, which means that I have got pretty much lifetime use out of it, unless I'm spraying like I don't know. It's pretty much lifetime in my opinion. I would say, because the lasting power of it is, I'd say I've worn it on a night, and about in the daytime, latest 11 a.m. I still smell it on me before the shower, you know, if I was very lazy morning. But yeah, so it lasts all night. In the daytime, it would last, I would say you can use it for the summer months as well, simply because the iris is so sweet, but it's also adaptable more towards the winter months and the colder months, simply because it's a darker version than the eau de toilette. But I'd say you could use it and replace the eau de toilette, simply because the leather is great for casual as well, and it makes it a little bit more of a casual fragrance, yet retaining the sweetness and the office crisp note of iris. So In terms of sillage, let me bring it back. In terms of sillage, I would say it lasts for about 7 hours. And in terms of projection, I've worn this on the bus and I've opened my jacket just a little bit, and then three women turned around and I was like, whoa, that's some crazy, that's like I don't know, like one of those crazy perfume ads or something, you know. I was a bit embarrassed, but I was happy in the back of the I was like, yep, that's me. um, but it was the iris note which made it so uniquely sweet, and that's how it cuts through the atmosphere so well. Almost a sharp freshness, sharp, sharp in that it cuts through all the other odor smells that you may find on the street or whatever. It's not gourmand or anything. It is just the fresh and the leather. So the effect of it, I would say the normal effect of smelling it is 5 meters, but the actual effect of smelling it, because it's so unique and different from other scents around, is like 7. You know, so from 5 to 7, and the lasting power is 7 hours, I'd say at least. So spray this on your clothes and you'll be smelling it for days. I'd say 2 days. You'd smell it, you know. This is a great scent if for all year round, as I said. The winter, the leather brings out the summer. It's got the iris. In terms of price, 70. And yeah, I mean, if I spray it right now, the atomizer, right? Ooh, let me just do that. All right, there. So yeah, the iris comes first with a bitterness of the ambiguous note. So there's the amber, but there's the ambiguous note of the amber. The bitter and musky note comes out first, and it sweetens. It actually contrasts the iris, and then it sweetens as the sweeter part of the amber comes out, the honey-like part, and that is mixed with the delicate sweetness, the woody sweetness of the patchouli, which is strong. It gives it a breath of fresh air, and as soon as your senses are opened, with this patchouli, with this freshness of the patchouli, the leather hits you. So it's like you're rising and the leather hits you. Wow, dark note. And you're still rising with it, you know? And this dark note is slightly scratched by the Tonka bean, and it's a great linear scent which has many notes working at the same time. So it's a symphony as such. It's a very it plays all the notes at the same time. Individually, you could pick them out, but you would enjoy the whole effect of it. So I'd heavily recommend this for dates, night wear. You can do this in the daytime as well. It's okay. But summer wear, this is great too. But I would go for something. I would probably add some like orange or something a little bit more floral just to pick it up, and that'll be great for you. I think it's all year round. I'd recommend it. Prada La Homme, check it out. As I know, that's my review of Prada La Homme Intense, a great fresh yet masculine perfume for all year round. I reviewed the most versatile scents in my opinion, simply because I want you to stay fresh all year round with a variety of perfumes and have a well-rounded collection so you can pick a perfume for all the occasions of your life. So let me know if I've missed any perfumes, you'd like any more perfumes to be reviewed. My categories are round about £70 on average, definitely under £100 unless it's something very, very special. And I would say that this is my rules to keep the perfume affordable, versatile, making sure I'm not getting the same thing, and keeping it fresh in a new way every time, so you can have a unique and well-rounded perfume collection. So subscribe if you like these videos, and comment if you want to see anything more, and if you have any suggestions too, because we're all human, we're all learning. Whatever you do, stay fresh.